Today we stand between Christmas and the last day of the year. And with the new year approaching and with anticipated celebrations, it might be fitting to wish you a happy new year. So I would join everybody else in wishing you a happy new year. But I want to do something more. I want to talk about us Kenyans having a reasonable year. I want to talk about 2020 being a year that restores hope in Kenyans. Because, truth be told, 2019 has been a hard year for Kenyans. We have gone through economic times that we would wish to forget as we enter into 2020. And therefore, today I address myself to men and women who can make this country get hope once again. We may not say we are making Kenya great like America, but at least the men and women with the responsibility of leading this country in different spheres can do something to restore hope in Kenyans, which is lost, to make life a little more bearable for Kenyans. So I'll address myself to the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and ask my President, do whatever it takes to make 2020 a year not just different from 2019, but a year of hope. We have said before, on many occasions, that Kenyans have lost hope, and they would like to see something done to restore this hope. For the President of the Republic of Kenya, I have asked you, and I'm sure many people have asked you, to reorganize your government so that you bring on board men and women who will see that it is necessary not to wake up every day to go and make money, but to do something to change the lives of Kenyans. While you are reorganizing this government, Your Excellency, I wish to ask you, as a good, law-abiding subject of this country, to think about the economy. So begin by filling the cabinet portfolio at Treasury by a man or a woman who will tell you straight that the economy is not doing well, that we are in a hole, that we ought to stop digging. So get a CS at the Treasury who will tell you, Your Excellency, we need to stop borrowing. We need to reorganize our debts, negotiate afresh with our lenders. A person who will stop wastage in the government. A person who will make sure corruption is managed so that we may have enough money to make Kenyans live meaningful lives. While at it, Your Excellency, we are talking about, for example, schools are opening in a couple of days from today. Many Kenyans will have their children miss their schools of choice, all because they are not able to pay fees. I beseech you through your CS Magoa, for example, to ensure that all kids or all children admitted to those big schools take up those positions. Let no principal turn away any Kenyan child because of school fees. You could then compile a list of Kenyan children who are not able to join Alliance and Mangu because they don't have fees. Confirm with the chiefs and the other government leaders on the ground that indeed these children are not able to pay fees, and let government step in by way of bursary and scholarship so that at least 2020 is a different year. Because every year able children lose their positions in those big schools. And these are the people who will change this country in the future. There will be the engineers, the doctors, the teachers, the nurses, and the other people from other professions. So let's make sure we make 2020 a different year by dealing with the economy. To Parliament. You, Parliament, have been a big disappointment to Kenyans. I hope 2020 something will touch you. Lusaka, the Senate, and your people. My friend Muturi and your people. Kenyans are not happy with you. Promise Kenyans that in 2020 you'll be able to tame your greed. Let Kenyans not hear about you asking for a single cent in 2020 as we head to 2022. I also want to ask Parliament to do one thing, to help this country fight corruption by enacting a law speedily to ensure that corruption and other economic crimes are prosecuted within a specified time of a maximum of 6 months. That takes me to the judiciary. The judiciary, let's face it, you are good people. You have your independence. But the truth you must be told by a Kenyan who speaks the truth, that you are the stumbling block in the fight against corruption. Let the judiciary not tell us that prosecution is not doing its work. Let the judiciary not tell us that investigations are shoddy, because there are many cases before court which the court can step in and, using its own motion, will have the people tried and charged. In the Raila one of 2013, Maraga's court, I think, yeah, it was Maraga's court or the other court, but the Supreme Court, I think it was William Tunga's court. On their own motion, they requested for Form 34S and other documents. Through that kind of move alone, they would even have nullified that election. I'm asking the judiciary to stop hiding in excuses of weak investigations, poor prosecutions. We are at a point in this country where if we don't fight corruption, and the judiciary must help us fight corruption, we are at a point, if we don't do that, the economy will collapse. And once the economy collapses, the way it is most likely going to, then even you in the judiciary with your robes, which courts will you preside over in a country that is collapsed? So I am asking judiciary, 2020, do whatever it is. If you need a law, talk to the executive, talk to Parliament, sit on a round table and have that law enacted to ensure that the people who steal billions in this country, that billions that will make a change in 2020 and above, are prosecuted effectively and sent to jail. Otherwise, you will be participating in killing this country. I hope that's not your intention, Maraga and your people. Ensure that come 2020, we see prosecutions being done speedily. We see the judiciary, even if you are activists, we don't care. Even if you joined Justice Mumbi Ngugi in doing what some people call activism, we would not care, we would not mind. In fact, we would celebrate it, so long as at the end of the day, people who are making life miserable for Kenyans are set aside and sent to jail.